Yes, people, I'm back again. It's another episode of the West Ham Transfer News Show right here on West Ham Unofficial. I didn't think I'd be back again tonight, but we've had some more developments in our chase to try and find a striker before the 11 p.m. deadline for the window tomorrow. It's definitely going to be an interesting day, and we've had a new name plucked out of the air in the last couple of hours or so. It is currently just gone 9 o'clock UK time. So we have got 9, 10, 11. We've got 26 hours left of this transfer window, and we have certainly left things late, extraordinarily late. But I am going to be talking about a striker that has been plucked out of the water that we have put a bid in for. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. Before I do, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Official. That is the key. Subscribe to the channel. It helps more people notice me and helps the channel grow. Also, check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver and Son, by clicking the link in the description down below for all info. You can check their website. So you are with your host, the Somerset Fabrizio Romano, as I'm keeping you up to date with all of West Ham's transfer news as we are swiftly approaching deadline day in this January window. So a new name, a new striker name. Yes, another one. You're joking. Not another one. Yes, another one that we have reportedly submitted a bid for. His name is Darwin Nunez. He's a Uruguayan footballer, 22 years of age. He seems to be ripping it up in the league. He is currently playing in. There's plenty of interest for him. Newcastle submitted a bid earlier on in the transfer window for him, which was swiftly rejected. We don't know how much that was for. We don't know how much we've bidded for him. But Sky Sports reported that we've had that we've submitted a bid. They have said that the bid has been I believe somebody has said the bid has been accepted. Now X has come out tonight and said he can confirm that a bid has been submitted, but he doesn't know and he doesn't think that it has been accepted, and he doubts any more real movement going on with this. We do believe that the bid that we put in is north of £50 million. So we think it's more than £50 million, the bid we put in, considering, just a bit of context for you, is he has got a release clause of £100 million. This guy is very sought after. He's a very good young talent. I mean, that's what people have been saying an hour ago. I'd never heard of the geezer. I'm not going to lie to you. You've never watched him kick a ball. But from what people are saying, people are putting highlights and people are getting hyping this kid up, and he must have a £100 million price tag for a reason, and that's probably because he's quality. We said that about many strikers before. I've just come off Andy's show on West Ham Reunited talking about transfer, talking about potential or strikers that we have had in the last 10 years, and it's definitely not joyful viewing if you're a Hammer, because we have not had success in the last 10 years with strikers, that is for sure. He seems like a very much, I mean, I don't know whether he's got the physical attributes needed for the Premier League. I'd hope so. Obviously, David Moyes has seen something in him to bid upwards of £50 million, because that's very much unlike David Moyes. Until about 3 days ago, we thought David Moyes isn't really a manager to chuck loads of money at a player, not really much more than £30 million. And I was proven wrong there, because we bid £50 million apiece, we think, for Rafinha and Calvin Phillips, that have been swiftly rejected. And now we think we've put that £50 million and more back onto the table to see what happens with Darwin Nunez's club and see what actions there. It's just frustrating that a lot of people have said that we could have approached and put this bid in weeks ago, and it's highly unlikely that all the paperwork and all of the needed paperwork and things and medicals and all that will be done in time for the 11 p.m. deadline. Unless there's major developments tonight. I mean, we all say transfers can be done in 2 hours, but it's just frustrating that we've left it late, and it's unlikely that we're going to get it done in the time left of this transfer window. I'd be surprised if this happens, but different sources are saying different things. Some people are saying that this bid has been accepted. Some people are saying we put a bid in, but we expect it to be rejected because of his £100 million release clause, and we don't think we've got near that £100 million release clause. I mean, it's obvious Daniel Kretinsky has opened his checkbook here, because I can guarantee you that David Sullivan and David Gold wouldn't give David Moyes in excess of 50-60 million pounds just to flash at one player. So Daniel's obviously opened his checkbook, which is nice to see. And we've just bidded for some very strange players in the last few days. Phillips, Rafinha, all of these players. Not that I'd heard of this guy. I've just got the fear that no one's really heard of him, and will he adapt to the Premier League if we do buy him? I don't know. Will he be somebody like Javier Hernandez, who's a poacher in the box, but just isn't fitted for the Premier League? Obviously, David Moyes must have seen something in this lad, and hopefully David Moyes has gone and look, I think this guy can play and be effective in the Premier League. And as I said earlier on, this guy has got to be extremely decent for 22 years old. I mean, he's the age of Declan Rice. Declan Rice is a little bit older. To have £100 million release clause, you don't just have that for nothing. That's there for a reason. This guy, I would expect, is quality, but don't expect this to go much further. I'd be surprised if there's any more developments past this bid being rejected from Nunez's club. But I'd love us to show some intent and flash a bit more money at it, as long as we get the players that we need in other positions. Just an update on Coletta Carr. We reported earlier on today and this afternoon that that French sources have reported that that advanced talks have been going on between Marseille and West Ham about Duj Kaleta coming to West Ham. But of 5 o'clock this afternoon, X has said that the French sources are getting a little bit ahead of themselves, to his knowledge, and the deal is not quite that far ahead yet. He has said the deal's not dead in the water completely, but there being an element of surprise if this goes through, which is disappointing because, we need a centre-back in, and maybe now we'll turn to a Nat Phillips, somebody different, or we'll stick with all of our centre-back eggs in one basket and just try and get Kaleta Carr out of Marseille and get him to West Ham. So still, as I keep saying in these videos, plenty of drama still to come in this transfer window for West Ham. Don't go to bed. Probably you can go to bed tonight, but it's going to be a late one tomorrow as West Ham try and battle against the clock to sign the players that we need and what David Moyes wants. Maybe Rob Newman has come in, our new head of scouting. We've been saying, until about 3 days ago, what's this guy doing? And then all of a sudden we are being linked with these incredibly good players. this Nunez guy's got £100 million release clause. We've been linked with Phillips, Rafinha. These are quality players that, we usually wouldn't associate us as being linked with these fantastic players. We'd be linked with the likes of Andy Carroll, Eddie Nketiah as a striker option. But no, we're being linked with these very good players that have proved it in their league. Whether they can prove it in the Premier League is another matter. But I'd be surprised if this goes any further, but I'd like it to. And there's still plenty to come in this transfer window. I'm going to leave it there. This has been the West Ham Transfer News Show. Plenty still to come. Come on, you want, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Official, check out our channel sponsors SRM Carver & Son by clicking the link in the description down below. And I'm going to end it, as I have done with my other 3 transfer videos today. Let's sign some players, West Ham.